Hello there, I'm Senior Meteorologist Wesley Williams, and welcome to Waking Up with Wesley. Let's take a look at what we had yesterday weather-wise. It was a day with plenty of clouds, some rain, but then we managed to see at the very end of the day some clearing. It went pretty quick there, so let's take a closer look at that time lapse from yesterday. In the evening, the sun was setting, looking to the west in Biloxi, and there you can see that sun shining between the clouds. And wait for it, the clouds cleared out right there. That was it. Those were the final clouds, and they were gone last night. They've never come back. And so we are seeing lots of sunshine this Tuesday as those Monday clouds are gone. Here's a look at Monday, yesterday's radar, first alert radar. You had those rain showers on Monday morning. The rain showers lingered into the middle of the day on Monday, but then by the time we got to about 1 or 2 p.m., most of the rain moved east of us into Alabama, and that was it. And then eventually we started to see those clouds breaking apart the later we went into the evening. Today, we are, of course, enjoying a lot of sunshine. We have seen a little cool snap, though, with chilly mornings and nice afternoons. That's what we can expect. As April showers take the week off, it will be a nice change and a sunny stretch into the upcoming weekend. We can do a time lapse from this morning. Let me make sure it starts at the right spot. I think it's starting a little late, so we'll start it a little earlier. Let's start the time lapse around 6 a.m. See what that looks like. Yeah, we can go a little earlier. How about 5:45? All right, so that'll do it for us. Hit save and let's play it out. So yeah, it was a beautiful sunrise, and we have the time lapse for you this morning. Also, you'll note that little dot on the skyline right here. Apparently it was Venus shining brightly in the eastern sky before the sun came up. So you were able to see a view of Venus if you were out earlier this morning and you saw something shining bright in the eastern sky before the sun. Now, there came the sun. It rose just after 6:30 in the morning, and wow, a crystal clear sky. So nice to see that sunshine for a change. And you can take a look at some of our current cam views on the coast of Hancock County. The sun is shining this Tuesday morning, April 8th, 2025. You've got some sunshine over in Biloxi as well. That's the view looking west toward the lighthouse from the Beau Rivage. And here's a look in Gulfport, looking east directly at that bright sunshine. You're going to need the shades today. And then in Biloxi, this is looking toward the northwest over I-110 from the IP Casino Resort and Spa. Now, as far as temperatures are concerned, they are starting off pretty chilly. We have 40s in the area this morning, and that will eventually go away. So yes, we are waking up to sweater weather. You might want to wear a sweater, but then later today you'll take that sweater off because temperatures will actually get to the 70s. And with sunshine and 70s, that's usually pretty comfortable. Will it get chilly again tomorrow? And the answer is yes. We're looking at another round of 40s on Wednesday morning in the area. Here's a quick check on those 7 a.m. temperatures around the region, and you can see those 40s in parts of Mississippi. I know we had a few 30s in a few spots earlier this morning. We can take a very zoomed in view of our coastal Mississippi temperatures. Looks like there aren't any 30s at this moment in time, but there were a few 30s. One of them was near Perkinston. Another of those 30s earlier this morning was in an area to the west of Poplarville. This moment in time, those temperatures are primarily in the 40s. Still pretty chilly. If you're going to be out and about, short sleeves might not cut it. And then that's what we have on the coast. You can see places to our north like Macomb and Hattiesburg finding 30s there. Then you go to the central part of the state, finding more 30s near Jackson and Meridian. So, you know, this is early April, still seeing 30s in Mississippi. One of the coldest spots in the state was actually near Starkville. Earlier this morning, we saw temperatures reported as cold as 37 near Starkville. Now they've come up to 41. So the big picture here, we are near a high pressure system. Cooler air is moving in from the north and west. Drier air is also moving in from the north and west. So that's why it feels different now than it did yesterday and than it did this past weekend and last week. The first week of April, we started off with all that warmth and humidity. But now the warmth and humidity has been shoved eastward as a cold front continues to be on the move. So the warm air still out here near the Bahamas and near Florida. The humidity also near the Bahamas and southern Florida. And there's enough warmth and humidity there to fuel a few rain showers. So you can see areas near Tampa and Miami still seeing wet weather. The same showers we had to put up with yesterday have now made it to the Florida Peninsula. And the futurecast shows that's where they are going to stay. So the only places that are expecting rain in the Gulf Coast today will be areas near Tampa and Miami. Primarily near Miami once you go to later this afternoon and evening. Nothing for rain locally on the Mississippi coast. Just a 0% chance for rain today with the dry and sunny conditions. Temperatures will be in the lower 70s at best, which is pleasant. There might be one or two spots that don't make it all the way to 70. Maybe you're at 68 or something like that. But for the most part, we're expecting mostly lower 70s, which is pretty nice with all the sunshine. Tonight, some chilly 40s again with clear skies and peak at Wednesday. And we can see a chilly start to Wednesday. Tomorrow morning we'll fall into the 40s, but then we'll find some more 70s by the afternoon. So that's what the start of the week will be. We're starting off with a cool snap. But eventually we're going to lose hold of this cooled air. So what's happening for Tuesday, we're tapping into this cooler air across the Mississippi coast. We have kind of a high pressure ridge located west of us and an upper level trough or low pressure system located toward our east with that cold front situated about like that. However, a little bit farther to the west, there is this other zone of warmer air over here on the western side of that high pressure system. And eventually the clockwise circulation around that high pressure is going to allow for that warm air to make a run toward the east. So that's going to be what we watch here as we put things into motion. From Wednesday into Thursday, there you go. The warm air rolled in from the west. So that's why the temperatures might become a little bit warmer as we head into Thursday. We'll be tapping into warm air as our cool down will have moved away up toward the Carolinas. So we're no longer able to tap into cooler air. It's not going to be a dramatic warm up or anything, but it is going to be maybe slightly noticeable. You see, it gets rid of our 40s. We have 40s Tuesday morning, 40s Wednesday morning, but then no more 40s perhaps on the coast on Thursday morning, and no more 40s anywhere on Friday morning. But guess what? Another cold front will arrive on Friday, and that will bring us another cool down. And so we'll see those morning temperatures drop back off for Saturday and Sunday morning, back down to around 50. What about the afternoon or daytime temperatures? Well, on the coast, we're starting the week with the potential for some lower 70s on Tuesday, Wednesday. And then our afternoons come up a little bit, be near 80 on Thursday afternoon and on Friday afternoon. But then, because of that Friday cold front, cooler air comes in over the weekend and knocks our afternoons down to pretty close to normal. I mean, Saturday and Sunday, you basically couldn't get any more perfect than that. You've got sunshine, no rain, and afternoon temps in the mid-70s, which is exactly what it's supposed to be this time of year. So lots to love about this weekend's forecast. If you are making plans to spend time outdoors, of course, any day over the next 7 days looks great. But I really do think that we're going to wind up with some of the best weekend weather we have seen in a long time this weekend. Last month, we were plagued by weekend rain chances, but looks like we finally got one, y'all. We finally won a nice weekend. Now, you're seeing these rain chances for Thursday night and Friday. What's that all about? Well, remember I kept mentioning a Friday cold front. So there could be some rain associated with that at times. Let's take a look at Friday's futurecast. Here you can see an area of rain located near Hattiesburg around midnight. This is ahead of a cold front. The front will be situated about like this. And this area of rain, along with that front, is going to try to dive down toward the south and then go toward the east. And it may clip parts of South Mississippi. Here's a look at the futurecast in motion. And you can see it doesn't really affect the Mississippi coast very much. Just kind of misses us to the east, going closer to Mobile, Pensacola. So maybe we don't really get much of that. But in case the model is wrong, we tossed in a 20% or low rain chance just in case the rain is closer to us than the model currently thinks. By the time we get to the sunrise on Friday, most of the rain is gone. It will be located out here offshore. We can zoom out and move the map a little bit and show you the position of the front by Friday morning. And that will be, I would say, judging by the winds, probably something like this. Well, it's not the best drawing of a front, but it is a drawing. And what you're going to find is on the back side of this front, the air is going to be turning drier. It will also turn a little bit cooler. And that will help to bring the chance for rain to an end. The later you go into Friday, you'll watch this area of rain that might begin to sweep closer to Florida. But it is not going to really bother us on the Mississippi coast. You can see some of those rain showers in parts of the Florida Big Bend region on Friday afternoon. It looks like they're near Jacksonville on Friday afternoon, but not really anything on the Mississippi coast because remember, looks like basically after sunrise, drier air is going to be taking hold. Now, we showed you the 7-day earlier. Here's the 10-day in case you're like, okay, how long is this stuff going to last? And I mean, are you kidding me? Through April 17th, 0% rain chances. This is incredible. I thought it was supposed to be April showers. What's going on? And that was for the coast. Here's for the inland area too. And you can see both of our 10-day forecasts in South Mississippi on the coast and inland feature no rain for the most part over the next 10 days. The temperatures will vary a little bit for some of the inland areas. We could see some warmer 80s Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday in places like Wiggins, Socher, and Van Cleve. However, down low on the coast might not be quite as warm, but it will be close to 80 around Sunday, Monday, and next Tuesday. But all in all, lots to like about the forecast into the next 10 days. So hopefully you're now better informed about the weather, and I hope that you make plans to enjoy the weather as we have nice weather for the next 10 days here on the Mississippi coast. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Senior Meteorologist Wesley Williams. Thanks for waking up with Wesley.